So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Connected Fleets Conference. I hope that you enjoyed the networking lunch. This afternoon, it's time for the learning streams. We have listed for you some interesting presentations about telematics and about the application of connected fleet technology. And first up is Ljubomir Jovanovic. He is the Technical Operations Manager at Nelt Co. And Ljubomir will detail how at Nelt he is looking at vehicle technology and telematics to support operational efficiency. He will explain what his fleet is about, what they already did, and what are some expectations and needs to further develop an efficient fleet management based on connected technology. Ljubomir, thank you very much. Thank you for being with us today. I hope that you are doing well.
Yes, thank you very much. And thank you very much for the invitation.
So before that, I give you the floor. Ljubomir will first do his presentation, and after that, there will be time for Q&A. So if you have questions, you can use the chat function in this tool, and I will be the moderator at the end of the session, and I will ask the questions that are submitted by the audience. So if you have questions, please use the chat function. So Ljubomir, once again, thank you. Thank you for being with us. I see that your presentation is already on the screen, so that's great. I will now give you the presentation floor. I will mute myself so that full attention is for you. Okay?
Thank you very much. Also, I would like to congratulate on such a great event so far, and I guess we all expected this as always. I would like to say a few things about Nelt. I'm here a technical operations manager, and I'm supporting here a full life cycle of Nelt's fleet and facilities. That includes planning, budgeting, operations, maintenance, and disposal. Today we'll be talking about how we at Nelt use connected technology to increase our operational fleet efficiency. And first thing of all, I would like to share some basic information about Nelt. Nelt Group is one of the largest Western Balkans business systems in the field of logistics, in the field of distribution of FMCG products, tobacco, pharmaceuticals, and beauty products. As an international groupation, Nelt employs 4,000 people in 15 companies, and we are present at 11 European and African markets. And in the past few years, as an example, we have invested 50 million euros in the further development of integrated logistics. Nelt Group grew organically, and through years we entered the new markets and expanded our portfolio of products that we distribute, and also services that we provide as a logistics provider. Business operation in Africa began in Angola in 2011, and Nelt is covering the region of sub-Saharan Africa with operations there. In mid-2018, All Balkans Corporation in Albania became a member of Nelt Group, and that means that since then we're covering all Western Balkan markets. Today, Nelt is planning to enter markets of Croatia and Slovenia. As of logistic operations, these include international and national transport, also warehousing with value-added services, custom clearance, and intermodal terminal with container transport through rail and road. We felt that specialization and differentiation of logistics and of operational excellence is something that our clients need. And these are the basis of Nelt's logistics development strategy. Through faster processes, through time saving, transparency, less paperwork, Nelt Group enables optimization in all these areas and thus lower logistics costs. That way, our clients get maximum efficiency and also minimum costs provided. Fleet of vehicles in Nelt Group enables 23,000 shipments per year, and this is in all temperature regimes and other means of transportation. Company owns its vehicles and for delivery, and also works with other truckers across the region in order to work out the tasks. Our infrastructure encompasses over 150,000 square meters of warehouse space, and that's ambient, refrigerated, and frozen regimes. When it comes to transport department, we are delivering goods via a fleet of 450 vehicles, and capacities are from 3 to 11 tons in different temperature regimes. All of our vehicles have GPS monitoring, and we are making a routing of our deliveries through the entire fleet, and we are doing it through software for dynamic routing called SkyTrack. Also, we are delivering routes in and carried through ERP Enterprise SAP, and also we are using storage software warehousing that's Gold, and it is something that makes delivery vehicles work much more efficient. So delivery vehicles have tablet devices that are connected and enabled to complete overview of delivery parameters, such as for driver, of course, such as route details, invoices, and status of deliveries, and also navigation for them. Something about Nelt's fleet strategy. There are 3 pillars that we have, and these are, first of all, safety, awareness, and preparedness. And therefore, we have policies, procedures, and work manuals for our drivers and for our fleet managers. We are following up on KPIs, and we are doing onboarding process testing, also on-the-job trainings, and make everything happen to be safe as first. Second of all, we wish our fleet to be equipped and sustainable. And this means that when we purchase new vehicles, we go for most optimal choice in terms of capacity and in terms of also business needs at that moment. We are looking at total cost of ownership for each vehicle in order to, let's say, choose the most economic models. Also, we wish to have advanced fleet administration, and this is something that connected vehicles and all the applications we use help us to work with. When it comes to connected vehicles, I will tell you something about how our transport vehicles connected at Nelt. We have a dynamic routing software, SkyTrack Logistics, which is software solution for organization, optimization of transportation. So all the trucks are let's say, routed in all daily deliveries, and they have information back to the system what kind of work has been done and what tasks are worked on. Also, we have on vehicles connected devices like panic alarms, also temperature probes, and some other devices in order to know what things happen at the vehicles. And also we have some details on how vehicles are doing with engine through body computers. We have an EcoDrive solution, EcoDrive project, which was introduced as a plan to reduce cost and to improve our drivers' responsibility. And also we are using connected technology to make paperless delivery and save time, make it easier for drivers, but also for our customers with much less use of real paper. Also, we have a track and trace feature, which includes for our customer possibility to follow up on delivery status of goods and when can they receive it and what to expect. And EcoDrive is a project that we started in Serbia in 2017, and it was implemented under circumstances that drivers can see and be aware of most economic style of driving. And also for this style of driving, they're rewarded. In 2019, we spread this project to other markets where Nelt works in the region. So EcoDrive is looking at 4 parameters for evaluation. That's engine management, traffic perception, smoothness, and idling. And these parameters are rated so that we can adjust it according to needs. With all the parameters, we are also looking at all the mistakes the drivers make, and they make evaluation through engine RPM, exceeding the speed limit, stopping too short, or braking suddenly. So these are some events that we follow up. Like when it comes to engine management, we evaluate what kind of usage of engine and gearbox are being done by the driver. Also, when they accelerate, we follow up on gas, what kind of speed they are looking for, and also we are looking for maximum RPMs according to gearbox and engine power. When it comes to traffic perception, we are looking at driver's concentration and driver's prediction, and we monitor when drivers slow down on time or whether they brake with the engine or the brake, and then they get better evaluation if use proper signals. Also, achieved speed is monitored and how much it was constant speed before the deceleration and stopping. When it comes to smoothness, this is something that we evaluate the whole quality of driving. We watch acceleration if it was sudden. We also watch traveling by constant speed or changing speed, which is a negative evaluation. And also we are following up on deceleration and what kind of strong braking are there. And when it comes to idling, we are evaluating what kind of stopping are they working on, and have some, let's say, moderate or very large time to use when they stop in order to save the engine. So what are the results that we get from Connected Fleet? Some of the key results that we used, especially for this EcoDrive project, was better fuel efficiency. It was something about 8%, and for some parts of our fleet, it was up to 12%, and it was a very good success. Also, we have route planning for drivers that help them achieve their goals for the day. And also we have last in, first out principle for packing the goods in vehicles, so they can take goods from vehicle faster according to stops they are making. And also we have noticed that we have better driver responsibility, and this is something that was good points. Some of the challenges in fleet connectivity, of course, it was equipment malfunction. A lot of serial equipment are being connected, and this could be a problem, and it must be cleared at all time. Also, GPS and network coverage can make problems in connection to the vehicle and to the driver. Administration and mapping for large number of points that the driver have to visit. This is something that's very time consuming, and also algorithm update, which gives us opportunity to, with new models, new engine, change all the things that we have already set up. So what would be the future? This is something that we want to work on in the future, or maybe we have some solution that we want to be better. We would like to communicate faster and easier with drivers and vehicle users through an application through which they will be able to report a malfunction in a few clicks or a few, let's say, uses of telephone. Also, they can check when the spare part arrive or ask a question about their vehicle. When it comes to KPIs, we would like to track our all fleet data in real time via control panels, and we want to use this for full potential of the data in order to fulfill business tasks much better than before. Also, when it comes to data, we want to download and use more data on condition of the vehicle, from its sensors, from body computers, and help the driver in real time or maybe prevent major breakdowns. When it comes to GPS devices, we already in trucks have actively used this to analyze routes and improve them in order to increase efficiency. And we would like to also make this to avoid traffic jams or blockages for all the fleet users. Safety is also important for us, as we said in the first part of the presentation. So this is why warnings of speeding or sudden braking, we want to become automated and bring faster corrective action against drivers or to drivers who are not aware of the danger. And last but not least, some advanced analysis of vehicle breakdowns and cost that they're providing. We wish to accompany them in order to help us to better plan the costs of vehicle maintenance, and also we want to avoid the undesirable situations and maybe make better choices with vehicles and related equipment when it comes to buying them. So I'd like to thank you for this presentation and for your time, and maybe if you have some questions, I will be open now for that.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Ljubomir. Thank you very much for already detailing some insights in the way you are using connected technology. To the audience, if you have questions for Ljubomir or advice, then please submit your questions via the chat function. Ljubomir, you mentioned that in 2017 you started in Serbia with the project EcoDrive, and that in 2019 you implemented it in other markets. And you also mentioned that you are using sort of a reward scheme. So can you detail a little bit? How did you set up that reward scheme?
Yes, when it comes to EcoDrive, not only results from the vehicle is something that is happening to driver evaluation to make a reward for them. It is also successful deliveries for that day, number of them, and what is the percentage, and also what is the load for drivers for that day, what kind of mileage they had. It's not the same if they had 100 kilometers or if they had much more than that. And this is something that makes drivers, they know how the evaluation is done, and they are satisfied because they can calculate themselves what kind of reward is awaiting for them, and they thus want to work much harder and have optimization for them work and make the salary better.
Okay, but what kind of rewards? Is it in terms of money? Is it in terms of free time? Is it in terms of I don't know what? It's
in terms for money. So it's money. It's a percentage to their salary at the end of the month.
Okay.
And they also get information about that, who is the number one in the team, and then they have all the data, let's say, presented to them every month. So
there is transparency to the drivers. Okay. How did you go in selecting the connected technology that you need? What are some kind of steps when you went into the market?
Yes, this is a very interesting question because technology was changing. We started using connected technology in vehicles in mass production in 2005. And the technology from then, it changed a lot. And we are looking always at the market. What are the new things? We are open to offers and to look at something new. But maybe what is the main thing why we stand with a solution is how are they listening to our needs to let's say make better reports, to make some new things. And this is something that we need to follow in such a dynamic market that Nelt is in. They need to follow us with solutions that follow that kind of thing.
And do you have one supplier or do you work with multiple suppliers when it comes to connected technology?
At this moment with vehicles, we have one supplier and it is used in all the markets. Only some of the technologies are not, let's say, in the same level of usage in some of the markets.
Okay. One of the things that we also saw this morning in the survey that we with Global Fleet conducted is that from your side, the corporate buyer side, there is sometimes some reluctance when it comes to data privacy to use connected technology. How did you go internally to sell telematics and connected technology, and how did you convince your drivers of that technology?
Yes, this is a very tricky situation. And we have a lot of data about our customers, a lot of data about the goods that we are delivering. And this is something that's it must be, let's say, optimized inside our structure. And also driver must know about all the data and all the details themselves. So what we did is make, like I said in the first few slides, we made the standard procedures which state what kind of work is done, what kind of administration we have, and what is the level of details we have in our databases. And also reports and everything is administrated only to certified users or users that have ability to look at the data. So this is something that is being done and is being checked regularly according to years and changed according to our needs.
Mm-hmm. What we also hear is that sometimes fleets go out into the market, they do a tender, they select a supplier, so the preparation phase is done, but then in terms of implementation, it can become sometimes a little bit more tricky. What is your advice or your secret for a good implementation of connected technology?
Well, first advice is this is a two-way street. We are not supposed to expect of our supplier to give us answer to everything and to cover all the aches. This is something that it needs to be done together. What I am suggesting to all the fleet managers or someone that is looking for some kind of technology is pilot projects. You don't have to do it on all fleet. You can do it on a couple of vehicles. You can check the software. You can check the reports if they match your criteria. And then you can make much better decision what is the real need and maybe lower your expectations. So you can do anything this year, maybe plan for next year.
Okay. You also mentioned quite at the end of your presentation that on the next steps on your to-do list that you want to communicate faster with the drivers. And you mentioned something about an app or via mobile phone. But wouldn't that be contradictive to the safety and the security of the driver if he needs to use his phone or to use an app to see what kind of communication comes in?
Yes, you're correct. You're correct. They already have tablets with all the data in their vehicles and shouldn't take their attention. There is a possibility of making algorithms on how they can access data on their tablets in order not to get their, let's say, their mind from the road and from the safety. So this is also a tricky question. And this is something that must be done according to let's say, some details on the road. What are the things that can happen? How they can access data and in what situations? So this can be checked and let's say stopped if the vehicle is moving. They cannot access some of the data from their tablets.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned with the results, I believe that at the moment you already have 8% decrease in fuel efficiency, and you mentioned some other results. So does this mean that the return on investment of connected technology is really there for you and for your company?
Yes, we didn't know that when we started. This is something that you have to make some kind of, let's say, KPI for yourself, what do you want to do and how to get to it. And we saw that every new technology is made to make us more efficient. And it might not be the direct cost. It might not be this 8% is such a good thing and it looks very good when you look at it on a financial report. But some indirect costs where you make less papers. Let's say we have in Serbia for driver in one day they need to go to maybe 45 points of sales and points of deliveries. So this might be 45 papers in their hands, 45 signatures, 45. This is something that this connectivity gives us possibility to make them easier job and do it more efficiently. So this cannot be done through money in a financial report directly, but at the end of year, yes, they are more efficient and they work more, yes.
Mm-hmm. I'm coming to my final questions. Of course, we have also some suppliers in the room. I can imagine that they still can improve their solutions and their services. From your opinion and your experience, what is something where you say, this is something that I'm still missing or that I want to see from the telematics suppliers or the connected technology that I can implement in the future?
Well, I think that's learning from data we have. We have a lot of data. A lot of data is being changing. I think machine-to-machine communication is increasing each year in such a way that this kind of data must be used for new algorithms and easier, let's say, delivering tasks directly to users. So this is something not only Fleet Manager can look at the reports. This is one thing we have to work on. Not only Fleet Manager, but this kind of task about the problem with one vehicle or what is KPI for the whole fleet must go directly to the driver. So this is something that data should be used to work with the whole fleet at one time.
Mm-hmm. A question from Ronald De Haan. I don't know if every vehicle within your fleet is already connected, but if it's not the case, how do you deal with then a driver who is driving a non-connected vehicle and compare it to the one that is driving a connected vehicle if you are going to reward or punish or, the connected vehicle drivers?
This is a very good question, and we aim at 100% connected vehicles. But we, as I mentioned, one of the problems are malfunctioning of the software or maybe malfunctioning of the hardware in the vehicle. And this is something that drivers themselves come to us much faster, and they say, oh, I have a problem, I need this done, I have good evaluation, I want to be much better. So this is something that they come to us much more to get this. Also 100% is our wish, but it's not 100% always good, and this is something that we need to deal with much faster service, much faster reaction to this problem.
Okay. Ljubomir, thank you very much. We need to end your presentation and also the Q&A here because we still have a program that we need to continue with. Thank you very much for your insights and stay with us also this afternoon and enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 2 p.m. Central European Time, you will have the opportunity to enter new sessions of our learning streams. And those sessions will focus on electrification. In one session, you can access a presentation of ALD Automotive, where they will talk about how telematics and electrification are working hand in hand for future mobility. And in another room, you can have a testimonial, a best practice case study of Wayne Warburton of Siemens. and he is going to explain how telematics is the right fit for sustainable fleet management. So enjoy, and thank you very much.